I'm just gonna start this. So to start things off, we're just gonna start with an icebreaker. Basically, the call of the agenda looks like an icebreaker. Then I'm gonna share a little bit more about myself and kind of get to know some of y'all. Talk a little bit about where we're gonna be seeing Earth Guardians heading, gonna be in the next few months. We'll be doing these crew calls more regularly, and then just end kind of with a question and answer session and closing.
You want me to translate that?
Yes, yeah, that's great.
Okay. Hola, yo soy Micaela, la que estaba hablando ahora, y ella va a hacer un programa para conocernos un poquito mejor. Se va a introducir y después todos van a decir un poquito acerca de ellos mismos. También vamos a hablar de que vamos a hacer estas llamadas de los equipos más a menudo y también vamos a discutir lo que va a estar ocurriendo con Earth Guardians los próximos meses. Y yo soy Damelia y estoy ayudando hoy porque hay personas que solo hablan español.
Awesome. So the icebreaker question is, what are you most passionate to take action on?
La pregunta que vamos a considerar cada uno es ¿por qué cosa tienes la pasión más grande para tomar acción? O sea, ¿qué causa, qué cosa te produce pasión que quieres tomar una acción?
So, does anyone, you want to start?
Sure.
Awesome.
So I'm most passionate about finding ways to live a more sustainable lifestyle and implementing that into our community as a whole. I'm also passionate about other things like singing and making music and being connected to nature as a whole. Yeah.
Nice. And where are you living?
I'm living in Nigeria.
Okay.
I've been living here my whole life.
Nice.
Where is it?
Awesome.
It's in West Africa.
Oh,
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Wow.
Awesome. Hi, Eden. Welcome. We're going to go to the person on the phone, the 785 number. Thanks for sharing, Laura.
Hey. Sorry I'm late.
No worries. So who's on the 785 number?
Hey, that's me.
Hi, welcome. Where are
Thank you.
calling from, and what are you most passionate to take action on?
I'm calling from Kansas,
Nice.
Kansas, United States. I am older, so I was just going to listen, but I feel really saddened by losing Rob Stewart this year, and so I've been trying to figure out, I was just looking at an email about different products that contain shark in them and which things to avoid. So that's something I was just thinking about moments ago. But thank you, and I'm going to listen now.
Okay, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, Aiden, do you want to share where you're calling from and what you're most excited to take action on or passionate about?
Definitely. Hey everybody, I'm Aiden. I'm 23 and I'm in San Diego right now. This is not where I'm from. I'm just here. And I'm really passionate about taking action on soil building and reforestation.
Nice. That's awesome. Great. And I feel like we'll get a little bit more into my passions in the me section. Do you want to talk a little bit about the crew transition, Eden? And then Demelia can translate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, first, I'd like to thank everybody for being on. Thanks, Michaela, for holding it down while I was a little late. Yeah, so I was the global crew director for about a year and a half. And so I started doing crew calls every month, along with a bunch of other things, just general crew logistics support, being there to answer questions, getting on calls with crew leaders, promoting their projects so that the world knows what everybody's doing. And I don't know if you can hear those weird sounds, but if you can, sorry. I'm like hearing weird sounds from my computer. But anyway, so eventually I decided that that was not really the thing that I was best at doing, and logistics support. I felt that someone could do it better, and what I really wanted to do was take on the Protect Our Future campaign, because that is directly in line with what my passions are. As I mentioned before, soil building, reforestation, those kind of actionable on the ground things where you're actually getting your hands dirty or making art. That's really what I wanted to be doing. So yeah, so then we had been talking as the Earth Guardian staff, and we realized that Michaela's title was the Director of Leadership Development. And we asked ourselves, doesn't crew leadership fall under that? Isn't development of leadership as a crew very similar to what Michaela was already doing with the RISE Youth Council, which is Rising Youth for a Sustainable Earth? And yeah, I wasn't sure if she was going to want to take it on, but if she did, I knew she was going to be great at it, because she's just awesome like that. And so now we have begun that transition, and Michaela is starting to take on the crew calls and crew support and the various other miscellaneous tasks that the global crew director position, which is now kind of falling under her position, what that looks like. So, yeah.
Thanks, Aiden.
Entonces, gracias a todos. Antes de nada, gracias a todos. Y yo he sido la directora del equipo global por 1 año y medio, haciendo llamadas del equipo y promocionando los proyectos. Pero después de este año y medio, me siento que no es una posición ideal para mí, y que hay otra posición que sería mejor. Y que, entonces ahora lo que vamos a hacer es que Michaela va a tomar esta posición. Y yo voy a cambiar la campaña de proteger el futuro. Y como Michaela ya tiene la posición de directora de desarrollo de los líderes, pues es más lógico que ella tiene las habilidades mejores para tomar esta posición ahora que yo he tenido. Ya también trabaja con RISE, el consejo de RISE, y bueno, tiene mucha experiencia, que creo que ella va a hacer una obra fantástica en esta posición. Entonces, pues ya hemos empezado esta transición, y pues le deseo todo lo mejor y creo que va a ser un trabajo buenísimo.
Thanks. Awesome. I think we just had someone join us as well.
Yeah, that's oh, she dropped off. Or maybe she didn't. I still hear her, I think.
I think she dropped off, but maybe she'll rejoin.
Yeah, that was Malva, the Sweden crew lead.
Nice.
Mhm.
Cool. Hopefully she'll rejoin us. Great. So yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit about my background as well, and then share why I'm actually really excited to like take on this new adventure. And I also, like Aiden said, I've just kind of been transitioning into it. So still kind of doing that. So I'm originally from Boulder, Colorado, and I was really active on my campus, my college campus, on fossil fuel divestment, and as well as like the anti-fracking fight here, because there's a lot of oil and gas development locally. So a lot of my passions has been around kind of stopping extraction and things like that. I've always really, one of the things that has really stood out to me about my own experiences in activism has been being able to like grow as a leader, and being able to develop. And so it's one of my passions that I bring to this work, is really supporting people to basically develop into their like most full selves through activism, because it's also clear that like we need to be active for the sake of our planet. So I've been having a really great time doing this with Rise. I'm really excited because I think crews really make up almost like part of the heart of Earth Guardians, I think, taking action in your local communities. And so I'm just really excited to be able to work with young people, and that's what I feel like I'm really excited about in this. And also, it's like supporting people to develop badass stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do this. Sí. So, voy a compartir un poco acerca de mí, y quiero decir antes de nada que estoy muy entusiasmada con esta nueva aventura, en esta posición, y yo nací aquí en Boulder, Colorado, en Estados Unidos, y he estado muy activa en diferentes campañas aquí contra los combustibles. En las universidades también he estado muy activa para que, las actividades, las universidades salgan de apoyar los combustibles y que vayan a recursos sostenibles. Y bueno, he estado muy activa aquí localmente, como he dicho, contra fracking, también con muchas campañas aquí. Y una de mis pasiones es crecer como individualmente, crecer como persona, y eso es lo que yo quiero hacer en esta posición con todos ustedes. Quiero apoyarlos para que todos crezcan personalmente, y que lo hagan a la misma vez que ayudan a sus comunidades a ser más sostenibles y tener, básicamente medio ambiente como la meta para lograr que sea saludable, pero también que todos ustedes crezcan a la vez.
So we'll have a little bit of a section for questions and answers later, and folks are welcome to ask me anything that they'd like. I think we're going to do a little bit of an orientation around what we're looking forward to with Earth Guardians in the next few months. I'm actually going to pass it back to Aiden for that, and I can add anything in as well.
Yeah, so, okay. Someone needs to mute. All right, there we go. Yeah, so Earth Guardians it's been over the last like 5 years, Earth Guardians has grown so much just in our global reach. And so now it's time for us as staff to like really vamp up our projects and make sure that there is always something engaging for everybody to engage in. It doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're 5 years old or 50, you can still get involved with us because we have many different projects, and the intergenerational aspect of our organization is really important to us. The fact that we value the collaboration of younger people and older people in working on these projects. So I just wanted to say that because it's a really beautiful thing. And I also bring that up because I just saw an email from a crew leader who did a Protect Our Future project where they focused on protecting our water. And it was a collaboration between a grandma and her children's kindergarten through 3rd grade classmates. And they did these awesome projects. So that kind of sets the stage. So what I'm focusing on is the Protect Our Future campaign, and I am currently building out a calendar that will be available to everybody, most likely within a month at the latest, where you can really see what's going to be happening for you to get involved. There will be singular days of action that are really easy. You just like go plant a tree, or you participate in a soil building activity, or you design an educational event that will have guidelines and steps for you to take. In the past, on Earth Day weekend, we had a global tree planting weekend where we had a contest to see who could plant the most trees specifically on Earth Day. And we had, or it wasn't a weekend, sorry, I'm a little bit tired, but it was a month. And then on the day of Earth Day, we had a challenge for people who could plant the most trees. And over that month, we had over 940 trees planted. And then on the Earth Day, Earth Guardians Brazil won because they planted 130 trees and herbs in one day. And so they got a little care basket that we sent them with like t-shirts and other Earth Guardians merchandise. But it was a really fun campaign to see people being so excited to take action in that way. And that's really my goal with the Protect Our Future campaign, is to just always have either one day of action as well as, well, not either, but one day's, sorry, I was a little bit sick last night, so I'm like, it's early here in San Diego. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is we have a couple days of action per quarter, which are about 3 months each. And this will all be laid out. If you go to the Protect Our Future page on our website, you can learn more about it. And then throughout each campaign, we will have longer campaigns that people can take on that are actually like, you can't just do it in one day. You are participating in our Soil for Life project, for example. Let's say that you're doing that. That's going to take a little bit more effort. You'll have to do more events, but it's all laid out. We will have packets for Soil for Life. We already have packets. We have another ongoing event that we like to call an evergreen event, which we think is pretty clever, but it is called Pledge to Plant. And so we have people in the northern and southern hemispheres, and obviously we don't have the same seasons. So that's why we've adapted these two campaigns to run through our whole year and connect to each theme. So people can take it on for one day or like a whole year or like just a couple months. What's cool about these projects is that they are they're specific to you. So you look at your community and find the way to take the best action that will get the best results for you. And so when we do tree planting campaigns, we don't tell you to plant a specific tree. We ask you to do research and find your native trees and then plant them. One specific thing that we have coming up for Protect Our Future, which is really exciting, is a collaboration with Forest Nation, which if you don't know them, you should go look them up. They are awesome. And Aaron Abelman, who is an artist, a musician. And we are collaborating to connect or build more connection between how to make change through art and music and how to make change through actionable steps like planting trees and building soil, and how when you use both of them you can like further your impact. In that, in order to take action, you don't need to just get your hands literally dirty with soil. You can take a day and write a song about what the planet means to you, why planting trees is important to you, or make art, or create a skit or something, really using your passions. Like we say in our mission, we want to see all of the young people in the world take on their passions and use them to make a difference, because that's the only way you're going to love what you do too. So that's what I have. Michaela, you want to add anything?
Great. I think Amelia will translate this piece, and then I'll just explain a little bit from my end. That was really great, Eden.
Yo siento que Earth Guardians ha crecido tanto este año pasado. Hemos tenido tantos proyectos y siempre hay algo en el que todos pueden participar. Eso es mi meta. Es una cosa muy bella donde todos los jóvenes pueden contribuir y participar en proyectos. Y me gusta mucho también que hayan personas de todas las edades. Por ejemplo, hubo un proyecto recientemente de una abuela que trabajó con niños del tercer grado y hicieron algo bueno para el medio ambiente. En la campaña en la que estoy ahora trabajando, Proteger Nuestro Futuro, voy a tener un calendario donde van a poder ver todas las posibilidades en las que pueden participar. Por ejemplo, van a haber días singulares de acciones, como plantar árboles, pero también van a haber oportunidades que toman más esfuerzo y más tiempo. Hubo, por ejemplo, un reto recientemente, era sembrando árboles globalmente, donde se sembraron 940 árboles. Y bueno, la comunidad que sembró los más fue en Brasil, que sembraron 130 árboles. Y bueno, les regalamos unos regalitos aquí de Earth Guardians y fue algo muy bonito. Y bueno, queremos seguir teniendo proyectos así para que todos los jóvenes puedan usar sus pasiones, ¿no? Para ayudar nuestro mundo y el medio ambiente. Y queremos también colaborar con Forest Nation. Hay un muchacho que se llama Aaron Abelman, que queremos pues tener una colaboración donde usamos arte, música y acciones más prácticas, ¿no? Uniendo todas estas partes para tener un impacto grande, ¿no? Por ejemplo, podemos escribir canciones, poesía acerca del medio ambiente.
And I'm really excited as well because I think you've been trying to develop this campaign, Aiden, while also managing Global Cruise. And so something that's really beneficial of having actually kind of the person doing more of the crew logistics and management and even structure building a little bit is that having Aiden focus specifically on how crews can participate with this specific campaign, I think will really be able to just be more of a support and give folks something. Yeah, I'm really glad that you're able to focus on it, Aiden, and able to focus on what you're passionate about. And a little bit of an update on my end. So for folks that don't know, the Rise Youth Council is a group of young people who are kind of interested in really kind of spending a lot of time, but they're kind of a leadership council in Earth Guardians, and a few of them have been really passionate about bank divestment, and so that's another project that I think could be an option for crews to take on, and so I'll probably have some more updates about that, but I'm working with some of them to kind of develop something out a little bit further with kind of a campaign around that. And Earth Guardians is part of bank divestment, like the global bank divestment campaign. So for right now, the best way to get involved and plugged in is the Protect Our Future campaign, which Aiden was sharing about. I will be in communication with all of you about upcoming projects, upcoming events and campaigns that we have. Yeah, I would say that that's some updates, but there'll definitely be more coming. Yeah, let me just think. Yep, I don't know if you want to translate that. And then I see someone new join the call, so maybe we'll do the translation, and then it'd be awesome if Geraldine wants to introduce.
Could I just, before we do the translation, I just want to say that Protect Our Future is really, really a cool campaign because while it is very much targeted at crews globally, anybody can get involved with it. So it's kind of the most accessible campaign that we have. Like if you don't have that much time and you can't really make the commitment to start a crew, doing a Protect Our Future action in your community is like, boom, done. And then you can do another one in like 2 months if that's how your schedule works. So it's really flexible in that way where you don't have to make too much of a commitment unless you're ready for that. Yeah.
So, estoy muy entusiasmada en que ahora Aiden y yo vamos a tener estas diferentes posiciones donde ella va a estar más enfocada en lo que ella tiene más entusiasmo, ¿no? Que es esta campaña para el futuro. y yo tengo más experiencia, ¿no?, en logísticas para ayudar a los equipos con las llamadas y distribuyendo información y coordinando diferentes cosas. Entonces, pues, estoy contenta de que cada una de nosotras vamos a usar nuestras habilidades en una forma más efectiva, ¿no? Entonces, con el RISE Youth Council, yo le voy a dar más información acerca de proyectos en el futuro con eso. Pero uno de los proyectos que estamos considerando es el despojo de los bancos, o sea, salirnos de los bancos que apoyan eh, o sea, las compañías de combustibles, ¿no? Entonces es una campaña que Earth Guardians está tratando de crecer, ¿no? Y en términos de lo que dijo Aiden al final, es que para la campaña del futuro, ella cree que es una forma muy fácil de participar en esto. Es muy accesible. Uno puede hacer algo una vez al mes, después en 2 meses hacer otro proyecto. O sea, es muy fácil participar en esa campaña.
Awesome. And also, I think y'all have my email. So if you have specific projects that you think, oh, that would be so cool for crews to take on, or I want to take on that specific project or campaign in my crew, I am really happy to talk one-on-one. So I have a scheduling link, like a link where you can book an appointment with me or a meeting with me, that I can make sure to get out after this call. If I would love to be able to talk more one-on-one with everyone, because I know that this is not a very personal atmosphere. And yeah, would love to hear the ideas that you have. So just before we go into kind of questions or answers, I really want to turn it over so that you joined us on the call, Geraldine. Do you want to introduce yourself, just where you're calling from, and maybe one thing that you're passionate about taking action on? Well, we can't hear you, Geraldine, but if you want to share, that's totally great as well, at any point.
And if we can't hear you, then you could always try typing in the chat, which is at the bottom of the screen, and then one of us will read it. So
yeah,
if you can hear us, I don't know.
Yep. And you can also call your phone in if your internet is not working. But yeah, would love to learn more about you, and welcome to the call. So we're going to go into just a question and answer session. This can be about anything that we covered over the call. So yeah, if folks have any questions.
Si alguien, ahora vamos a tomar preguntas. Si alguien tiene alguna pregunta, por favor, hágala ahora.
I don't think I have any questions yet.
I have a question. Hi, I don't think I introduced myself earlier. My name is Lisa Comer. I'm a ESL teacher in Syracuse, Kansas, and often I find myself trying to inspire young people And I do work with grades 7 through 12. And it's really hard. And I admire you guys so much because you are so passionate and you really sincerely care and you follow that up with action. So how do I get my students to care more about big things? That's a question I have for you.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm happy to take that, Aiden. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that this really gets at the heart of what we're doing, because when we're doing, activism or organizing or just trying to make change, it's all about supporting people to take that action that they're really passionate about, or bringing people into the actions that we're doing. And so usually where I'll start with that is having a one-on-one conversation about what can be known as someone's stake, or kind of about their skin in the game. So how does the issue personally impact them? And so some things that I found to be useful with this are like having someone, especially with like children or something like this, having them draw, a picture of themselves and draw the different facets of their life, like maybe their family, their siblings, where they grew up, these different aspects of our identity and ourselves. And then having them think through, how does this issue impact them, or impact these different aspects of their identity, or these different aspects of their life. Because what I found is people are really not going to get involved, or it'll be more challenging for them to get involved if they don't understand how the issue impacts them, or if it does at all. And that can be, it's an ever-changing process, I feel like, too, like it'll change over time. But that, I feel like, is a really good place to start, is just really having people get in touch with that personally for themselves, and why taking action is something that is personal to them. Yeah, I'd also, if there's other issues that they're excited about, like maybe they're not that jazzed about like the environment specifically, there's a lot of intersections between like social justice and the environment. So if there's specific social justice issues that they're excited about, that can be a great way to connect as well. It can be a great way to like dive more into like how environmental issues are connected to those social justice issues. I hope that helps. I want to see if anyone on the call has like any other advice that they found.
Yeah, I just have something to say. Yeah, so, well, first off, Michaela, that was an awesome response. I think you hit that right on the nail, definitely. One of the things that I was thinking about in regards to that question is how, especially high schoolers, when you talk about these really, really heavy issues and you just are like, okay, climate change is like destroying the earth, like all this crazy stuff is happening, that's incredibly overwhelming. And the last thing that most people want to do is focus on that, because it just is too much. It's like my world is collapsing and I don't know what to do about it. So like when talking about these issues and like after going over stake and that sort of stuff, like really focusing on how there are solutions and they're already in motion, and how hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of young people just like them are rising up all over the world, and that there is a network where they don't have to feel like they are doing it all by themselves, because they're not. I know that was a major thing for me in high school. When I first became an activist, I felt completely alone. I had no idea about Earth Guardians, and that was part of the reason I was so excited to be involved with something like this, because it gives young people that feeling like they're not alone. They have their community. Every day as the crew director, you get emails that are just mind-blowing. You're like, whoa, I can't believe I get to talk to these people. They're doing such amazing things. So like really focusing on the solutions after understanding the issue, of course, but like having that be kind of where you put most of your energy, because keeping your mindset positive is incredibly important.
Thank you both. Really awesome. I agree wholeheartedly. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for the work that you're doing. Yeah, we have time to take other questions, even like if there's specific challenges that are coming up in your own work that you just want to bounce some things off of or things like that. That was a really, really good question, because I think it's something that we all face for sure. So
Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
all good, all good.
It'll come back in a second.
Yeah, we have time, and we also don't have to go till the end. But this is just a nice space to just take the time to do that. While we're doing that, I don't know if you want to just give a really brief translation. Just really quick.
Let's see. Hubo una pregunta acerca de cómo motivar a los niños para que tomen acciones y que participen en cosas positivas acerca del medio ambiente. Y una de las respuestas fue que es bueno apoyar a los jóvenes en sus pasiones. Y la forma buena de hacer eso es hablar individualmente con ellos. Y a veces es bueno usar como dibujos, ¿no? Dibujar su familia, qué está ocurriendo con su familia y ver qué les hace un impacto, o sea, qué está pasando en su comunidad que lo está impactando a ellos y a su familia. Y entonces, pues, tener esa conexión personal y hablar acerca de lo que les importa, ¿no? Y si no están interesados en el medio ambiente, a lo mejor tienen otras pasiones como justicia social. Y entonces la justicia social también está muy conectada con el tema del medio ambiente y los problemas que están ocurriendo con eso. Es una idea. La otra es también enfocarse en las cosas positivas que están ocurriendo ahora, porque si no, los jóvenes se pueden sentir muy agobiados, ¿no? De que todo es un problema. Entonces, es bueno dejar saber que hay organizaciones como Earth Guardians que los pueden ayudar, que ellos pueden participar con otros jóvenes que no están solos en este momento difícil, ¿no? En este mundo, que sí hay esperanza.
I was just gonna say, I'm really new to like leading. I just started with a crew less than a month ago, and it's a school, so we have kids from elementary all the way to high school. But what I found really difficult in that small span of time was getting people who wanted to do it to join, but I don't feel like they wanted to take action. Like they just wanted to join for the sake. And our first meeting, only 2 people showed up out of the 25 that displayed interest, and that was obviously very heartbreaking to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of passion in it. But then what I thought about when the summer break came over was creating this thing called Run for Sun, which is basically a benefit run for solar panels, because here in Nigeria we have so many problems with energy and oil spills and all of that, and the culture is so invested in oil. So I was thinking about taking the active lifestyle in Nigeria, since people are really active, and then creating that to benefit our school, and then hopefully create the Run for Sun as an Abuja thing, which is our city. So, but I think that's a really big project. I'm not sure. What do you think of that?
Well, I think that that is awesome, first of all. And one thing I wanted to say is that this is kind of something that most crews go through. It's kind of like growing pains, you know, because when you first get started, you're super passionate and you want everybody to be super passionate.
Yeah, exactly.
So then when only like a couple people show up, you're like, wait, what am I doing wrong? Well, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just that you need to gain that momentum. So I love your idea because it's something fun. People love to do stuff like that. There's always benefit runs for all these different things. So why aren't there benefit runs for like solar panels? I love that. Yeah, my advice on that is doing things all the time that people have fun with. Letting people know that taking action isn't some like meticulous, boring thing. You don't have to like get arrested. You don't have to stand in front of a pipeline. There are so many ways to take action. And you can use your passions and have fun. And one of the cool things about being a part of a crew is that you guys work together. Everybody works together to figure out what the passions of the groups are, or the people in the group are. So then you can design your projects around that. And yeah, I've never organized a run myself, but I think with the help of the school, and since you're a school club, I think it's very tangible. And we'll obviously be supporting you 100% because that is awesome. And yeah, I am so glad that you're getting started.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I can share a little bit too. Like Aiden said, that's definitely something that I think everybody goes through. You're not doing anything wrong. I think what I found, so when I was working on fossil fuel divestment at NAU, I always thought, oh, people like aren't like passionate enough, and like people, like why are people doing stuff? And I had a realization that I wasn't actually meeting people where they were at after I did a 2-day retreat, and I invited everybody who was involved in any way in the club or in the campaign to come to this, and then only 6 people showed up, and I was like, what happened? And it's because those people just I wasn't meeting those people where they were at. And so something that I found to be really helpful is like identifying who are your more committed leaders and bringing those people into more like time intensive roles, more of like a core, and having those people kind of coordinate stuff with you. And then identifying like who's like still obviously passionate, they want to be involved, but maybe they don't have as much time, it's not their number one priority, and developing levels that those people can still participate in. So maybe the first, like, easiest thing, the first thing that you ask anybody who wants to get involved with your project to do is social media. They share it out on social media. Then maybe the next thing is they sign a pledge to run. And then maybe they, the next one would be coming to like a general meeting. It's just a once a week, an hour, or every couple weeks. And you slowly increase the amount of time and commitment that they give and give them easy on-ramps to do that. So that's usually what I found too, is sometimes you have to, like Aiden was saying, build up that trust. And I think that can be a good way to do it, having also like a core team and then more of a general base that you kind of assess. But yeah, I think that's so amazing that you're thinking of doing that. We also have some really amazing other leaders in Africa, so I would
You're
think
in touch with
to
Mensa.
have us maybe all connect. No, you're good, Aiden.
You've been in touch with Mensa, right? Or the teacher from your school has? Yeah. They're in touch.
Cool.
Mensa has
Okay,
been doing
awesome.
a great job with the Africa cruise.
Oh, awesome.
I'm really impressed by him, but yeah.
Yay, okay, so it sounds like you're in touch. That's good. Sweet. Well, awesome.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, do you have any thoughts, Lara?
Oh, I love your ideas and ideas. I'm definitely gonna implement that. And I really think that starting small and then going big, like you said, would really help build up that trust and maybe the passion as well. So yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
And
idea.
then with that, you also don't take you don't go too fast too quickly. So you don't like fall, or you know what I mean? Like you really get your foundation down so that you can like really rise up.
Yeah.
I was thinking that this might be a really big project to start with, especially since we're really new to it. So maybe later in the year, I'd start that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you can also build up kind of those people's leadership a little bit, and they can take on a little bit of that project. So that's a great idea. It's an awesome idea. Great. And if other folks want to talk with me more, if you want to talk, you're approaching, the time where you're putting together this run, I'll make sure that you can book me link so that we can talk more about the specifics of it. Because I think it's such an awesome idea, and really excited about it. Cool. Are there any other questions from any of you before we kind of do a closing? Okay, great. I just want to thank everyone for joining. Again, we'll be following up a bit more about the items that we talked about on this call. Just really quickly for closing, I want to have folks just share one thing that they are feeling hopeful about out of this call. There's a lot of stuff happening around that's not. And also just want to say hello to Malva, who just joined. Do you want to just quickly introduce yourself? We're doing closing. Oh, okay, when Malva comes back. Great. Do you want to just share the prompts?
Entonces, para cerrar, quiero dar las gracias a todos que han participado, y en el futuro hablaremos más acerca de los diferentes temas que hemos tocado hoy. Queremos cerrar con compartir algo que les da esperanza, algo, que básicamente les da esperanza.
Hi. Hey,
Hi.
welcome. Yeah, we were in the closing, but
Okay.
I'm so glad that you're joining us. Do you want to quickly introduce yourself, and also maybe just share a little bit about what you're like passionate about working on, anything like that?
Oh, I thought this was the beginning. It's not?
Oh, no,
No, I got the wrong time.
it's okay. There's
But-
also a call later too.
And also, this call has been recorded too.
Yeah,
And the other call will be recorded. So luckily there will be a way to watch it later. But yeah, the next
Okay.
call is at from 4:30 to 6 Mountain Standard Time, which the city for that to look up is Denver, Colorado. That might be a little bit late for you. It might kind of be in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah,
But I can listen to the call later. It's okay.
we're so glad to see your face and like get to interact with you though through video
Yes.
for a little bit.
Yeah, for the first time. Really.
Yeah, it's awesome.
that's great.
Yeah, my name is Malva, as you see, and I'm the crew leader in Earth Guardian Sweden. So I'm calling from Stockholm.
Awesome.
From Stockholm? From where? I'm sorry?
Stockholm.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Sweet. And is there anything that you're like excited about that to have your crew work on, or just like ideas, brewings?
Well, I don't know really. More like the Swedish nature and
Nice.
the woods. We have here to save the woods and to contain the woods. Yeah,
Nice.
and we have like some. Yeah, I think that's what I'm passionate about and the climate overall. I
Nice.
think.
Well, it's really, really nice to have you join us, and welcome. And just for intro, I'm Michaela. Yeah, and then like I was sharing a little bit, I will send out a link that folks can schedule, like it'll just like get to know one-on-one, and I can learn a little bit more about what you're working on, things like that. So that will also be sent out to everybody who like RSVP'd to this
Yes,
call.
for more people need to as well
Huh?
to join. So we have a meeting where we call you, or just one.
Yeah,
by
so you
one?
could like schedule that in my calendar. Unfortunately, the booking link is in Mountain Time, so it doesn't like automatically translate with time zones. But but if you can like figure that out, or I'm happy to like assist with that. Yeah, I'd love to chat one-on-one. So, and then we were just doing a closing question. What is one thing that you're like feeling hope about right now, even though it's a lot of stuff going on, but
And near me, near Sweden, or
anywhere in the world or locally.
yeah, I
That's kind of
think
our
it's
closing question.
we have like a ocean near Östersjön. It's called. Do you know the ocean? Östersjön, yeah. And it has been very polluted and very, very dirty and no, not good at all, with very much growth in the water, and it has stopped. So it's more and more healthy, the water, and that's really nice actually. Yeah. That's a good thing.
That's
What
wonderful.
do you have? Yeah.
Awesome. I can share. I think, let's see, something that's bringing me hope. Maybe someone could go first while I think about it.
I'll go.
Awesome.
Well, one of the things that gives me hope is just having calls like this, also knowing that all of y'all are like taking action, that every time I get on a crew call, I leave feeling really excited and like elevated and just like, okay, we're gonna be okay because everybody who was on that call is so awesome. That's usually how I feel after crew calls. But also, I'm moving back to New York, and I'm feeling hopeful because I know that my community is really supportive, and there's a lot of really exciting opportunities there to have a really positive impact on my hometown.
Awesome. Do you have anything, Lara, or the 785 number? I'm sorry, I'm spacing on your name, where he's on the phone.
I'm excited. Every single day I see a video online about seeing new stores coming up, like the bulk stores that sell bulks of things, and just new inventions that create a sustainable environment. And even in my community, seeing new organizations just pop up, it just gets me really excited. Yeah.
Awesome.
I have to agree with that. That's the same thing on social media. Every day I see, gosh, so many different examples of communities banding together and overcoming great tragic things, like yesterday in Orlando. And gosh, I mean, there's just so much. So, and you guys are a huge hope to me. And thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this. So, have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for sharing, everyone. Yeah, I would agree that this call is giving me hope, which is why I kind of asked the question. It's just like, y'all are really inspirational, and like, we are the ones that we've been waiting for. We're the hope for the world, essentially. So thanks for doing that, everyone. And yeah, thank you again for taking the time to join this call, for doing all the work that you are doing in your communities. It's extremely important, and I'm really excited to continue to be in touch with you. So hope everybody has a good day. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.